Good afternoon, Joe Victor with Allendale Incorporated, the closing commentary for Thursday, March 18th. And of course, you're going to see the results of the survey. Participants will see the results of our 21st annual acreage survey. That, of course, is coming 7:30 Friday morning on the 19th. Any participant that did get involved with the acreage survey, they're going to see it first. Results coming to you 7:30 tomorrow morning. Along with it, write this down, and of course that is flooding that is occurring in the major Midwest, and of course CNBC, as well as a lot of news wires, indicating flooding primarily, call it the eastern quarter of North and South Dakota, much of Minnesota, much of Iowa. And that flooding, seasonals start to take shape into this market, and of course go into typically about 60% planted, and that's going to be mid to the third week of May for corn, and for soybeans you're looking at about the fourth week of May, first week of June. And of course something that we need to take a look at on a week-to-week basis, and of course that is going to be seasonals for corn and soybeans. And of course tough to leave the wheat behind, even though you're looking at present. There's old crop stocks to use. You're looking at about 50%, about 42% for the new crop. However, flooding, seasonals, along with it, dry weather, drought in southern China. And that is something that you're going to have to take a very strong look at. And of course, the last time we had drought in southern China, we did see a lot of rice moving from the northeast to the southeast and south central region. Of course, that is a big rice producing region, as well as corn and rapeseed. Also, don't forget wheat. And of course, ironically, isn't it, that you see that China has been an importer of Australian wheat, and of course now there's talk that they're becoming more interested in the canola from Canada, and of course rejected some of that Canadian canola about 3 months ago, and that was because of blackleg disease. Well, now that they're back into the market, and that is China looking at canola coming out of Canada, and then again, that's a rapeseed region in southern China. You can call if you want, but the breakdown percentages, you're looking at about 16 million acres in southern China that's got dry weather. We did see the commodity funds that traded in and out of the market the past 3 days, and of course within about 2 minutes left today, and that is corn and soybeans higher. We made a higher high, higher low, and that is from a technical aspect. Looking at, of course, looking for Friday, we want to see a close above last Friday's close. Of course, we could not capture the kind of muster, especially when it comes to the commodity trading funds. First 3 days of this week, or I should say Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, seeing that the commodity funds were major buyers. And I'm not talking about index long-only funds. I'm talking about commodity funds within the last few minutes of trade, and that is corn and soybeans. The other thing, it doesn't make a lot of sense. We know the commodity funds are into the feeders and the fats. With a higher market today, should have seen most of the day with corn and soybean meal under pressure. We did not see that. We saw with basically just the opposite. Saw feeders and the fats higher. We saw the corn market lower, and only soybean meal was higher on the day. Of course, commodity funds influence within these markets, and of course you have to look at crude oil, look at the dollar, look at unemployment rate. The unemployment rate was not within the trade range of expectations, and of course that economic data is suggesting to us right now that it is the commodity funds. Looking at the seasonals, look at flooding, primarily coming into this market, and something that we need to be aware of. Any questions or comments? And again, we thank everybody for participating in the 21st annual acreage survey. And of course, participants, you'll get that 7:30 tomorrow morning. Have any questions about today's close, feel free to give us a call. 800-2-MARKET, that's 1-800-262-7538. This is Joe Victor with Allendale Incorporated, March 18th on a Thursday. And thank you again.